Cheese. Six music. Producer 87, Fat Tone in a blood clot building. And they told me, Tone, you should rap, you know. I said, really? They said, well, you got bars, you do battle rapping and all that shit. Why ain't get on it? I said, listen. They told me, Tone, you should rap. Alright, everybody, my name's Fat Tone. This is MWA Cafe. And they said I couldn't do it. They said it couldn't be done. They said it would be shit. Well, I said, fuck it, I'm doing it anyway, and then I just done the did. That's right, Tone's Talk is back. I had 3 DMs, that's right, 3 DMs in 3 years asking me to bring it back, which means it's fully justified on the budget. I don't give a shit what the accountant says. Alright, so people, I'm back. That's right. Like, it's been a minute. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a good few years since I've done one of these, and well, it's been a complete different journey, because the last time I did one of these, I was Fat Tone. Well, I'm still Fat Tone, but it was Fat Tone's shop. And that's what I was repping. We had the shop, me and Jack, we was out there doing bits. Since then, Instagram shut us down and took away our bits. COVID came and fucked up our business. And then, so we had to start again, yo. So because of that, I thought, you know what? I'm going to bring back Tone Talks. Yeah, I am. But in the first episode, I'm going to let the people know exactly where we've been, what we've done, and where we're coming from. Because certain stoners know us out there. Certain stoners know, man. But they don't know the story. They might not know the myth, the man, the legend. They might not know what we do, how we done it, and where we did it. So I'm going to document that for you right now. Where I've been. Who am I? I am he is I am T. TMI? I give you the TMI. I'm Fat Tone. You know about me? Well, if you don't, let me tell you. I grew up in West London. I did a lot of this, did a little that, did a bit of bobs, did a bit of that. I used to go to school with Oxide and Neutrino and them, man. And we did a bits of this and this and that. We used to smoke hella weed in school. I'm not going to lie. Them are good guys. Sorry to incriminate them, but it's true. Anyway, after West London school and that, I went Birmingham. I done uni. I got a degree. I had a professional job. But something inside of me, there was 2 sides of me. Let's put it that way. There was the 420 side, and there was the professional guy who had to pretend not to be the 420 guy. And that became more and more difficult. You got to be yourself. You got to live your dream. So in the end, I thought, you know what? I'm done. I walked away from it. I said, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. Getting up every day and pretending not to be something is harder than actually getting up and pretending to be something. Ultimately, it's the same shizzle. It's just, it will break you down. So that's what happened, man. I'm not saying I had a breakdown, nothing like that. But I just got to the point where I thought, fuck it. I'm going to take my chances. I'm actually going to go and do something else. So people who know me, they know about my cousin V. I'm not going to talk too much about that. But me and him went to Amsterdam. We both left our jobs. We went to Amsterdam. We hooked up with some people. We'd done some stuff there. Yeah? And if you know about the days of those days, we're just going to call it the haze era, then you know why we was in Dam. Read between the lines, people. And we did that for a number of years. I'm not going to lie. It was probably the best time of my life. I'm gonna be real with you. Although it may have been people might look at it as sinful, and it was. Like, man probably broke the law. Allegedly might have broke the law. I don't know. You know? But it wasn't right, you know? And eventually things that aren't right will always come to an end, and that's what happened with that. You know, there was a big court case. There was a few court cases in different countries. Don't break international laws. There was a few court cases in different countries, and, well, I'm just glad to make it out of it. Let's put it like that, because it might not have been like that. So anyway, that covers that, where I came from, what I was doing in Dam, why I came back from Dam. And then when I came back from Dam, Vince went on holiday. Let's just say Vince was on holiday for a couple of years because he had to just do some holiday and that. And then I came back. I didn't know what I was going to do, to be honest with you. And I remember I made some good homies when I was in Amsterdam. And when I was in Amsterdam, I mingled with some real good people. Granted, a lot of them, some of them, definition of good, you know what I mean? they were good to me. That's all I can say, because like, let's be real, people die, people being killed, you know, over stuff, and because he's good to me, don't mean he ain't killed another geezer, you know, them way. So I met a lot of good people out there, and I say that in all types of people, from all ranges, from criminals to normal people. So when I came back from there, I was just a bit lost. I started searching, and I was thinking, right, I need to do something for myself. I'm not going to go back to a professional career. Definitely not now. You know what I mean? I can't now. You know what I mean? There. Yeah, shout out DBS sparring. Here, you man. So when I came back, I was searching. I was looking for something to do. And for who was it? It was Nico. Shout out Nico from Lost on Green Mile, Greenhouse Seeds coffee shop in Dam, if you're ever there. He's an OG in the game. People will know him, Nico. Nico told me about a show, and he was like, listen, there's a show going on. It's a weed expo. It's in Peterborough. Like, why don't you come? Why don't you check it out? It might be something there. And that show was actually called Product Earth. Now, I know pretty much every stoner guy, if you're into your weed, you know about Product Earth, because it's one of the biggest shows in Europe now, I guess, after Cannabis and all of them. Product Earth, oh my God, it was amazing. Like, I didn't go there with no weed. People might know this story, but I didn't go there with no weed, even though it's a weed expo, because I just beat a big trial. And then when I got there, every motherfucker and his mum was smoking weed. And I was just like amazed. Anyway, from that, I thought, right, that's it. I thought it's coming to England. I thought, had this Amsterdam dream that a man's been living out here, it's coming to England. It's a matter of time. Because that was the kind of vibe that I felt out in Dam. It was like, yo, this is like being in Dam. So if I create a Dam environment over here, shit, you know, it might work. And that's where Fat Tones came out. Fat Tones. And the reason I called it Fat Tones was because originally I was going to do the shop in Acton. And I was like, yo, I'm going to call it by a name that people know. So there I was known as Fat Tones. So that's where it came from. So then that was the name sorted, basically. People knew me Fat Tones. Boom, gonna go for it. Next thing I needed to do was get a premises. Now, getting a premises, well, coming from the position I was under with all the proceeds of crime stuff that was going on, with all the investigations, all of this, even though I was found innocent, I still was put through the ringer. So nobody was giving me a lease. Check this. Had a brethren in Staines. I went to check and get my hair cut. Shout out Mo, Motor Cuts. And then I see the street behind where he had his shop. I got talking to a few people. Shout out, I forget her name. I think her name's Barbara. Shout out the woman Barbara who introduced me to the guy that owned the building, basically. Because that's the only reason he heard me. And then from that, I was like, listen, I've got $3,000 cash in my pocket now. I want to make this work. I can't really explain to you what it is I'm trying to do here, but don't worry, it's not illegal. And then boom, he said, all right, cool. And when the first shop opened, it was literally a small little shop, like 3 meters by 3 meters. If anyone went there, 3 meters by 3 meters. And that's how we started running. And at the same time as that was the kind of era where Instagram, weed Instagram, or the new weed order, that's what I call it, the new weed order started. That's when people started getting brave and putting videos of their packs and showing their flavours they got, and people even putting videos of their grows up on Instagram. And fam, on Instagram, they're putting that shit up. And I'm like, what? Forget that man's just beat a big charge. Just generally, the growing seed before that, because we used to grow in that, the growing scene before that was cloak and daggers. Like, I was going to my grow shop for 5 years before them motherfuckers even bust a conversation with man. Did you get it? For 5 years, it was black bags, put my shit in there, take cash. Don't ask me what my goddamn name is. Motherfucker, who are you, the goddamn police? And even that much, so much so, right? We never used to take our cars to the grow shop. No. We used to take shopping trolleys. We used to take other people's car, all of that, because we was prang. So to see that on Instagram, like people literally living out or showing their weed twirls on Instagram, it was crazy. It was crazy. And I didn't believe it for a long time. But luckily, I started that business at the same time all of that stuff started to grow. And I never had any social media before. I never had Facebook, even though I could have had it and that. I never had Facebook, all of that. I think I had, what was that thing? What was that? What was before fucking Facebook, geezer? MySpace. Man had MySpace, yeah? That was it. And even that, my profile was like 10% complete or whatever the fucking bullshit thing was, you know what I mean? Forever getting emails, complete your thing. Never did it. But I started Instagram and I can't remember who it was that actually told me to jump on the Instagram thing. I'm pretty sure someone told me. It was a brethren of mine. Oh yeah, I remember. It was talking of grow shops. It was Nick from the grow shop. So after going to the grow shop for like 6-7 years, and rada, spending hundreds of thousands in there and all of that, yeah, buying all the newts I didn't need and all of that shit. Nick from the grow shop was like, bro, have you seen this Insta shit? And after I saw it, that was it, man. I was like, right, boom, this works perfectly. Because I had this weed kind of business idea, but I didn't know how I was going to promote it, market it, or I didn't know how I was going to reach people. And then suddenly I saw this Insta thing where they were all there. And it was real, because I saw it before, but I didn't believe it. But what this motherfucker showed me was, this is real. He's like, no, I know that brother. That brother comes to the shop. I'm like, what? Swear down. Boom, boom, boom. So anyway, because Instagram weed profiles were growing, the new weed world order was going, the shop grew good. We was doing weed shows. When I say weed shows, we were doing like cannabis farmers markets, yeah? We allegedly did cannabis farmers markets, yeah? Up and down the blood clot country. We did. In fields, we was there with CBD in fields, selling that CBD to people who put on tickets. Shout out all the innovators in that 420 scene. Shout out man like Green Pound Gang, like Urban Essentials, Care Package, Elite Flavors, Next Level Flavors, fucking them man. Shout out all the General Danky, Birmingham Dank. Shout out the Midlands in general, because during 2012 to 2000 and then onwards, shout out Strain Squad. Them guys were putting on shows, right? And I'm not going to incriminate anyone. So what I'm going to say is them shows were 100% legal. Yeah? They were 100% legal. They were putting on 100% legal CBD shows. Farmers market CBD shows. Yeah? Kind of shit I used to see in Damn. They were doing here. Like, you know them way. And again, because I was linked in with the Damn weed scene, the Amsterdam weed scene and Birmingham weed scene was entrenched. Hella weed from Amsterdam used to go Birmingham. Hella weed from Birmingham used to go Amsterdam. Facts. That's facts. I know that. Yeah? Allegedly, someone saw that and told me. Yeah? I know it's facts. And the weed shows over that time, the 420 weed shows, they developed, man. Like, they started off in abandoned buildings. After a year, 2 years, they were in shisha lounges. And then they progressed to country houses, where by the time Daz and the Green Pound Gang crew finished putting on shows, the last one of the best shows they put on Amsterdam, I'm telling you, there must have been, 10,000 people there. And I think about it, that's like illegal. Legal to 100% legal. But there was 10,000 people. Imagine that. Not one fight. Not one incident. Not one arrest. About 4 fucking security brothers. We know them. Yeah? Everything else was all weed crews from all around the country. Top weed crews selling their merchandise. T-shirts and that. You get me? And it was amazing. And we were a part of that. And I'm glad. And I'm thankful to them brothers for bringing us in. Because to go back, when I was at uni, there was a lot of gang violence in Birmingham, And where I happened to get the house where I had to stay, I was fucking bang in the middle of it. But it turned out to be a bit of a blessing, because the geezer that I had my house next door to, or I was renting next door to, he was like the top general of one of the I'm not going to say which side, or one of the sides of the two warring parties. Big weed guy as well, so that was happy days for me. And anyway, me and him done a lot of business. Long story short, that university was patterned for all kinds of merchandise, t-shirts. They got whatever t-shirts, and me and him lived good from that. So he always liked me. He was old back then. He was old. Now he's even older. He don't know. He ain't gonna watch this. Yeah, motherfucker ain't got data on his phone. He's dead. But he's a good guy, and he never forgot me. So anyway, when I went back to Birmingham, and it came down to like, okay, who's this guy? Who that guy? You got to remember, or you weren't there, but I went as, when V was in jail and that, I went as one geezer to this abandoned building. I've got 10 grand's worth of t-shirts with me, say. And I'm there on a DM from someone I don't really know in person, telling me, yeah, there's a show going on. Come do your thing. Did you get it? It wasn't and Birmingham's not a place where you fuck about, bruv. I don't know if if London man know about Birmingham or whatever, but Birmingham's not a place you fuck about, bruv. I've been Birmingham on video shoots. I've been Birmingham on filming stuff at like pirate studios and shit, yeah, with big people, and man, I got shot in front of man. Do you know? If you Google, you'll know what it is. I ain't snitching, but I was there, and that was started off as a peaceful fucking, like today. Do you know them ones? So Birmingham is not a place you mess about. But in saying that, because it's regulated the way it's regulated, and the people working the way they work, they do keep it. They are like that. And if you do get yourself on the inside of that network, or you do build a rapport, trust, or whatever, them motherfuckers have got you for life. Like Daz, GPG, all them, Urban Essential, all my guys up there, Elite Flavors, TJ and them, that I know they got man for life. 100%. And I can't even tell you why. Do you know what I mean? But read between the lines and you know. And it's been proven. So anyway, that whole rise helped the shop. And that peaked, I reckon, the New World Weed Order peaked in 2017, I reckon. Because after that, there was so many shows, a lot of people were jumping on it. And that's not a bad thing, because people see something that becomes popular, and of course they want to do it. And I wasn't one of them people going, oh, nah, fuck these new guys, because a lot of people were. They were like, nah, fuck these new guys, they're copying our wave. I was like, yo, I'm just happy to be it. You know, them way. I'm always been that way. And it was like, I'm just happy to be it. If these geezers doing whatever they're doing, cool. Let me be a part of it. And that was a strength, because that's how I got to do shows I've done shows from down wherever Glastonbury is and that, Glastonbury, to fucking the middle of like North Scotland Highlands. Man has done shows in Scotland in the middle of some field and served up bare Scottish brothers, you know that, with t-shirts, obviously. You know, them way. And they got me for life. Not for life, I'm not going to say that. I don't want to be one of them guys. Oh yeah, everyone's got me for life. But what I will say is, whenever I go Scotland, if I'm ever short of anything, I've got like 2 or 3 real solid geezers up there that I can call. And they're like well-known people, for they're serious people. Do you know what I mean? Whatever they're doing, they're serious people. And it's like, and I think that's part of the whole journey thing, you know, because it's Scotland, Birmingham, the Midlands, like even the South Coast, Bristol. You got Smokey and Smoke Loud and them man in Bristol, and that's like a network. And what it is it gives you confidence in what you're doing in your area as well. Because even with our business stuff, don't think street stuff all the time. Think business stuff, yeah? With our business stuff, if I see a shop, if I see Smoke Loud, shout out that man in Bristol doing something that's creative, it inspires me. And I think, right, you know what? Sick, look what Smoke's doing. Let me ask him how he done that, bada. Same like with Other Side, Geshy and them in Portobello. I see something, Geshy doing something creative, gives me motivation to think, right, okay, let me do that. So that was how that grew in the old scheme of things. I'm just gonna check my notes so I don't miss nothing. All right, cool. And also at the same time of that, so when that whole Insta cannabis scene and all of that was growing, people started doing cannabis clubs, coffee shops. Shout out the Den, Adam's Den, Commercial Road, East London. One of the first illegal coffee shops that I've ever been to. And it was a den. It was like jail in there, man. But you could get served up your draw in there. So it was amazing. And people would want to go. Did you get it? Cali Wave, one of the first California weed coffee shops. Again, Commercial Road. You could go up there and you could buy dro like you was in Dam. It was like that. That was amazing. I was like, what? Swear down. But then when they tell you the price, you're like, what the fuck? I'm paying £40 a gram. Are you mad? You know, I can Silk Road that shit myself, homie. But to be honest, man still paid it just to be able to feel like man came, you know what I mean? Night out, maybe went Soho or West or wherever in it, got drinks, cocktails, food, whatever. And then thinking, all right, on the way back, what we doing? We going home? We going Edgware, Shisha Lounge? Or we going fucking Commercial Road, East London? Go to the weed lounge. If you're a stoner weed head, innit? We're going weed lounge, we're stunting. But when it affected our wallets, we're like, fuck that shit, let's find another way. And then that brings me on to what happened next in the game, which was like the Cali blow up, you know? Cali blow up, I call it the Cali blow up. That's when people really started doing numbers with getting Cali weed over to England. Because let's be real, bud has always been sent in the post all the time. It's been a thing. It's not a new thing. But I don't know, some people think it's new. It's not. I was having bud sent from BC, Vancouver, BC, British Columbia in the 90s. And I'm not the only one. And it's quite a common thing. What the difference, I think, is that in the last few years, it's the amount. It's the numbers. That's what it is. It's not like people were sending 3 5s and draws and shit. It's like people are sending pounds, £3, £4. There's big consignments. It's like a bigger importation game. And that's where the difference is. But I remember, guys, listen, I remember the first time I bought a draw of Cali. Yeah? I remember gelato. I remember it like it was yesterday. A motherfucker told me £110 for a 3 5 of this gelato. And I thought, shit. I said, what? £100? A 3 5? I said I was ordered weed, not yay. But that's what it was. And to be honest with you, I paid the money. I paid the money to see what the hype was. And I can't say I was disappointed, because the first time you smoke Cali weed, you know it's the difference. You know, it hits you different. Like, you are like, wow, this is different. Now, all right, you get used to it, and maybe the quality that we get here is a bit more generic and rather. But back then, when I was used to having all the different hazes and cushies and cheeses and all of them, to be introduced to that kind of level of gas and high, like instant high, I was like, fuck, wow, you know. But luckily, man knows people, and I was able to get that price down. But I know people that were paying $1,500 an ounce for Cali bud, 78 grams, $1,500 they were paying. I remember. Now, that was the price then. The price these days, you could, let's be real, you can cop a zip mids 220, 250 if you got Bitcoin and you know the right vendor. But that's what it is. And then that's what, and you know what? I'm going to be honest, yeah? It kind of comes down to this, because leading on to that, the Cali thing came, yeah, that was great. But these days, how Tone, because this Tone talks, so I'm going to talk about what I think about it. What I think about it now is, I don't really smoke Cali weed, no more, because
A, it's expensive still compared to what you get UK, and B, it's all generic, like kind of gassy terpenes. Whereas with some of the UK game, I wanna taste flavors, so I'm gonna smoke UK, and that's it. And I'm a UK guy, so it's probably up to man to promote the UK scene, innit? I think if we're ever gonna legalize it here, I don't know, we'll see. So anyway, after I tried the caddy thing, I thought, yeah, that's great. I moved on, and now I moved. Then I started to look into the can of cups and all of them things, and that's where, if I'm honest, if you want to try a good UK bud, look out for the UK can of cups, and then follow the people that enter them. That's how you'll find good UK fire. No word of a lie. Not snitching. I'm not telling no one, but that's how you find good UK bud. Period. It's a different day, it's a different scene, and there's different people all the time. It is what it is. But let me tell you one thing, stoner motherfuckers out there, Bredrinos, Sisterinos, and all the Imberinos in between. It's all about integrity. How you carry yourself, how you want to be, how you delivering your brand. Because no one gets it right all the time. But I'm gonna tell you, for real, along this journey of mine, I've encountered number of snitchy McSnitch snakes, mate. Yeah? Snitchy McSnake fofos. They're people that are in it for the wrong reasons, man. And in the weed scene right now, I'm going to be honest, I think there's a few of them, especially when it comes to the influencers thing. You know who you are. You know what it's about. Because if it was really about what people say it's about, actions will back words. You know what I mean? You know how you might see a video of Uncle Tone and he's like, listen, I'm going to go and do this. And then it might take me 6 months, but later on, man does this. That's the action backing word. That's where you got to do the maths. Because I see a lot of 420 influencers talking the talk. You might get some procreation motherfuckers coming in as well. You got these people who are worth millions and millions of pounds. They just playing with daddy's money. They just doing this and that. Then they come into the weed world. They think they can take content creation for free from us. Put it on their own shit. Not even pay us. And then think we should be grateful for the cause and try and ridicule man for trying to send invoices to them. You man are dickheads. You know who you are. And you know it's the truth. What I'm trying to tell you lot is if you want to do something, you can do that. You don't have to worry about putting other pieces together and rather. If you're truly about the unity thing, you man can work together and make it happen. But what I think it is, you're hiding your agendas. You're not being honest with yourself. You're not being honest with the people watching you. That's what I believe. And I'm not saying I'm holier than thou and rather. No, I'm in this for money, bitch. I'm true, I tell you that. But I know how to make this shit pay for itself. And I can show you that. It's up to you whether you want to engage. That's what I said. It's about integrity. And I feel in the weed scene today, there ain't that much integrity no more. People are just in it for what they're in it. Look at the things that happen. When we have brethren that have been put in the Daily Mail, they've been set up and put in the Daily Mail. What kind of shit is that? They're edible makers. Shout out Pen Chan Creations. That's my blood clot brother. He's a good guy. He's got kids and shit. Why are you setting him up in the Daily Mail? Hey? How much are they paying you to do that? Shout out Bezel 710 in Leeds and them. That's my brother. He done Skittles, the UK Skittles. He won every fucking cup in Europe. And then they want to put him on the Daily Mail, try and bait him out. People attacking his yard and shit. What kind of shit is that? That's what I mean. There's people in the weed scene that are obviously selling stories to the people. So who else has got relationships with Daily Mail and this and that? Do the maths, people. It's not me. It's not them. You get where I'm going with this? That's what I'm saying. When it comes down to Tone Talks, we keep it real. We tell you how it is and just know the deal. And just know we're coming up to clean up a few little bits and pieces. So people asking me, what's going on, T? What about the weed scene today? How's it going and all of that stuff? Well, I tell you what Tom thinks. This is what I think. I think there's a few shysters out there. There's a couple of people out there pretending that they're in the community unit and they're all of that kind of things there. But they're really sneaky little motherfuckers. They're trying to get free weed and get their pockets paid. That's all they really care about. They don't give a shit about no community. They just really want to get free weed. The reason being, let me tell you, do the maths. Who are those people that keep talking the talk? They keep saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to do... And then what do? Nothing. The same shit over again. It's boring. And then they're going to go and say, all right, I'm going to do something creative. What's that creative something you did? Oh yeah, I go and copy this man's thing and... No! It's not creative, motherfucker! You're just doing what this guy did to try and take money from this guy's pocket to suit your agenda, motherfucker. And it's true. You know why? Because when it comes down to the come down, when the man them are doing filming or trying to do something that don't align with your agenda, you don't pick up the phone call. When the people are trying to do something that takes away from your time and ain't exactly in line with what you might want to do, you don't reply to the email. That's how. And I know, because I've sent them emails. I've made them calls. And that's why I had enough. Had enough of your falls. This is no fake love zone. I'm telling you how it is. This is Tone Talks and you motherfuckers have been taking a piss. And that don't mean that Tone ain't got no love for you. But just know, I'm always going to call it for what it is. If I see it, I'll call it. It's just how it is. It's the only way we're going to progress. It don't mean we can't do shit together. All I'm saying is just back your chat and let's move the scene forward. Because we've been stuck in a rut. And it's time we've done some creative shit. So let's get it going. Let's not stop flowing. Stop forcing. Just keep flowing. Keep going. Let it know. And before you know it, we'll be at the end of the journey. Not at the beginning. Alright, so we're coming to the end of the first episode of Tone Talks. I want to say thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all of them little bits and pieces that you're supposed to do. Before I go, I got the questions to ask because earlier on the socials, Instagram, all of them things there, we put out who wants some questions. So we're going to put out these questions and the first question is from Harry X Wiltshire. And it's a question I get asked all the time. And the question is, what's your favourite strain, bro? That's a tough one. That's hard because there's a lot. But at the moment, I got to say my favourite strain is Crystal Cookies. Shout out Greenleaf Labs. Crystal Cookies is sweet, it's pungent, it gets you right there. Next question, Oldenburg Roberto says, what do you think about the war in Ukraine? Well, I heard Putin wrestles bears. That's what I think about the war in Ukraine. Now, put that up to a side, okay? Let me tell you, there's a difference here. We're not fucking with no ordinary motherfuckers here, okay? We got Boris Johnson, right? He wrestles sandwiches in the garden with a couple pimps, yeah? Versus Putin, who wrestles bears. I just feel sad. I'm not going to lie. War's not a good thing no matter what it is. I ain't feeling it. And I just hope the Ukrainians are all right. I hope everyone could just smoke weed and get along. That's what I think about that. Terry Two Kegs. Shout out Terry Two Kegs. Big time supporter. He actually bought a whole collection of our 420 clothing. So shout you out, my G. And it said, he says, Tone, you've broken the stigma of a lazy stoner. What motivates you to the levels that you are operating at? I say Terry Two Kegs. I don't know, to be honest with you, bro. Is the answer to that. I just do what I want to do. I invest in what I enjoy, and I try to make sure that whatever I'm working on, just like now with Tone Talks or whatever, that I just try my best and do things I enjoy. That way, I don't get bored of it. That's that. We Smoker 420 says, what are the best memories or experiences from your 420 career? Wow, that's quite hard. I'm not gonna lie, because there's been a lot. But probably what I would say is, and I'm not gonna say anyone's names, but there's a few people who I've met along this way who, let's say, so like a couple, like, so it was like one of my good brethren that I met along this journey. Just to see his journey is amazing. He had cancer, he cured himself, he created a business, he's an inspirational motherfucker, put it like that. And I love being around inspirational motherfuckers, just like now. I'm around H, he's an inspirational motherfucker. I'm around J King R, he's an inspirational motherfucker. We got HQ upstairs, full of a room of inspirational motherfuckers. So that's my highlights, is meeting the people meeting the people. I'm a people's person. Shout out to Oracle, my people's. You know, them way. And also, from the chat on the page, the comments, Donny Old Spice, shout you out. Next Level Flavors, shout you out. Man Like Maynard, shout you out. Cloud Hunter, Forever Tap, Urban Essentials, Real Rapper Hulk, Chucky P, Caddy23, Bossy Bizzle, Shorts. Shout out my brother Shorts as well. There's too many, I can't read them all out. But that's it, people. This has been Tone Talks. I've been Tone. This is NWA Cafe. It's NWA Media. We're back with a bang bang bizzles. And I'll see you on the next episode.